Let's talk about Avengers Infinity War.
Yay! What about it?
Well, the new trailer came out this week. I thought it would fuel some of your theories you have of what's going to happen.
Do I look like Mila Kunis? Do you think Jim Beam will give me a sponsorship? Alright, sorry. Okay, so Infinity War, I'm really fucking pumped about it, so y'all already know that. I have a couple of theories. I don't have a lot of theories, but I have a couple of theories about some things I think are gonna happen. Again, this is all like speculation. I'm probably gonna be wrong because the Russo brothers do what they do, but I just wanted to like talk about some of the theories I have for it. So let's get into this.
How do you think it's going to open?
Oh my god. Well, I hope it opens with like. Okay, so again, this is like full spoilers, speculation. Okay, so at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we kind of saw Thanos' ship. We saw a ship right behind Thor's ship. So we know that Thanos is gonna go hit Thor first. Like he's gonna go get that Tesseract. You know, he's gonna get that Space Stone. And I've read some things about the opening act being this like big battle sequence, like being this like epic sequence that people are gonna be like shook about. And I think that it's actually gonna be Thanos and his Black Order killing like all the Asgardians, wrecking Thor's shit, wrecking the Hulk shit, and basically getting Loki's slimy ass to hand him over the Tesseract. That's my theory.
Loki's going to die?
Yeah, I hope he dies. I feel like that would be kind of like poetic. Like Loki's the one that dies with his people, or you know, he dies for his brother. I think if he actually does something kind of heroic, it could like change the narrative for his character. I still suspect he's gonna die. Maybe not in this one, but the next one. Maybe Thanos and them will capture Loki and take him with them. Like he's like, oh no, like you're too much of a problem. Like we're gonna take you with us. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna lock you up in our ship. And then maybe that's Thor's mission. Maybe Thor's like, I need to get my brother back. You know, other than stopping Thanos, but. I feel like Thor's only like mission in life is to like stop his crazy brother from doing dumb shit.
He's a babysitter forever.
Like he's just like babysits his brothers.
We see in the trailer that the Hulk, or at least Banner, one of them, wakes up and Doctor Strange is hovering over him.
Once Loki hands over the Tesseract, because we see Loki hand over the Tesseract to Thanos, and then in the new trailer we saw Thanos like break that shit. Like he breaks that cube and he gets the Space Stone. Thanos actually uses the Space Stone to teleport Bruce Banner to Earth to send them a warning. Like motherfuckers, like I'm coming, you know? And so he fucking like sends the Hulk to fucking Doctor Strange, like, and he crash lands into Doctor Strange, his little mansion or whatever. And that kind of kickstarts it all. Like Doctor Strange is the first person to like kind of like he's the first wave of like this madness. He's like, oh fuck, like this shit's happening, like it's really happening. So okay, one that's really reminiscent of the comics, where in Infinity War, the comics, it's not the Hulk that crash lands into Doctor Strange's place, but it's actually the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is like, bro, like Thanos is crazy motherfucker, like he out here trying to fucking destroy the universe and shit. He out here trying to get these Infinity Stones, crash lands into Doctor Strange's mansion to warn him. So I think instead of using the Silver Surfer as like the messenger, I think using the Hulk as a messenger is really, really a good idea, because the Hulk is supposed to be like their strongest player, and Thanos sends him like, oh yeah, your strongest dude was nothing compared to me. I sent him back like that. Bruce is gonna crash land into Doctor Strange's mansion. He's gonna be like, yo, bro, like, all the Asgardians dead. Thor, I don't know what happened to him. Like, he gone. Like, we're fucked. Like, Thanos is coming to Earth. Like, alert Tony. Where are the Avengers at? Like, oh my god, it's gonna be crazy.
How do you think Thor's gonna end up with the Guardians?
Well, I think that, again, like, Thanos, whenever, we kind of see in the trailer, like, Thanos crushing Thor's head. He's like, ugh, you know, like, crushing his head. I think he's gonna, like, just, like, do the same thing that he did to Bruce, where like he teleported him to Earth. Only like he just like teleports him out into space or some shit, or just like throws him out of the ship. And lucky for him, he ends up crash landing into the Guardians. Or maybe even Thor is a messenger. Maybe Thor's a messenger. Maybe he sent 2 messengers. Maybe Thanos wants these people to get together because he's like such a power hungry motherfucker. He's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I want all of you to get together. I want everyone in space. I want everyone on Earth to get together. Y'all still are not going to be able to stop me. He sends Thor to warn the Guardians. He sends Bruce to warn Earth. And he's still cocky about it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
He just wants to play his food
Yeah,
pretty much.
this is chess to him. This is nothing to him. These are pawns. Like Thor and Bruce are just pawns to him. He's like he's again, it's like the first wave. He's trying to like alert everyone because he wants the battle. He wants the chaos. Like he's a chaos being, so he wants all of them to fight him. Like he knows he's gonna win. You know, like, but he wants a challenge. Like Thanos is that motherfucker that's like, oh, I know I'm gonna win, but I just want the challenge of it.
Vision gets sent to Wakanda at some point.
Sometime early on in the film, Wanda and Vision end up leaving. Like, they end up, like, just going to Europe somewhere. Early on in the film, you know, Thanos does what he does. He sends his Black Order to find the Infinity Stones for him. So he gets Proxima Midnight and he gets Corvus Glaive, 2 of his members of the Black Order, to go find the Mind Stone. And we know the Mind Stone is in the fucking forehead of Vision. So they go find Wanda and Vision, and they wreck their shit. We see kind of like in the first trailer, Vision like getting the Mind Stone pulled out of him by Corvus Glaive's staff. Wanda, amidst the battle, warns Captain America, because you know that she is still like kind of underground too, you know, like after Civil War, all these heroes had to go underground. So I know for a fact that she's still in contact with Cap. I'm sure she alerts Cap. She's like, yo, me and Vision, we're under attack. Like, come help us. And we even see, like, that fight kind of play out where we see, like, Cap catch Proxima Midnight's staff. So we know that he's going to go and help them in that same sequence. We know that Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive are not going to succeed in trying to take the Mind Stone from Vision in that scene, because later on we see Vision in Wakanda. Cap being like, yo, they're coming. I'm going to take Vision and Wanda to Wakanda so that we can keep the Mind Stone safe. Because Wakanda is like the safest place on Earth at that point. Shuri in Wakanda, she has a hologram and it's actually Vision. And she's studying Vision as he's like on a table because she's trying to figure out like, okay, what is the Mind Stone? What is Vision? How can I like save him potentially by taking out the Mind Stone? Is the Mind Stone the only thing keeping him alive? Or can Shuri figure out a way to like keep him alive without the Mind Stone in him?
And she's the only one really equipped to handle it because she's the only one who knows how to work with vibranium, which is what Vision's made out of.
Okay, so skip to like New York. We kind of see that scene where like Peter's on the bus and he's like looking at the giant donut in the sky. Recently, they released like this article talking about some of the details about the movie. We know that that giant like machine, circular machine, is actually something Tony built, because Tony's been, he knows, like he's been known that like this shit was gonna happen. He knew that like Earth was gonna be invaded again, so he's been prepared. That donut is like the first line of defense that Tony built, you know, in case of invasion. So Peter ends up going to that. We see in the trailer, he's like on the spinning donut thing. And then we see in the second trailer, it's getting launched into space. So maybe that's what happens next. Like Peter's on it and it gets launched into space while he's on it.
Oh, maybe when Tony, you see him hit the super rocket and boost towards it, maybe he's like, God damn it, Peter, again? Like,
yeah, he might go and say Peter.
Okay, so we see in Wakanda, they get attacked by Thanos' army on the ground. Do you think that's going to be like a climactic fight?
Yeah, okay, so like in Civil War, like Captain America Civil War, a lot of us thought that the airport fight was going to take place at the very end of the movie. It was going to be the climactic fight. The Wakanda fight isn't actually the finale. It's not the finale at all. It's kind of like the airport fight where it happens like in the third act, or, you know, close to the second, like the end of the second act. So that happens. Thanos gets the Mind Stone, and then he ends up going to Titan, because we see Iron Man with Peter Quill, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, all of them, they're on this strange planet, but we know that that planet is actually Titan, which is the home world of Thanos, which was previously destroyed. So my theory is that Thanos actually shows up, and we saw it in the first trailer where he like shows up in that portal. My theory is that he already had wrecked Wakanda. He already had wrecked Cap, all of them. He got that final stone that he needed, or not the final one, but he got that fucking Mind Stone from them, and the final battle is actually going to be on Titan.
Oh, how much you want to bet the reason why Iron Man and Doctor Strange and them are on there is they're trying to separate the Infinity Stones. I mean, Gamora has an exposition, so maybe.
Yeah, we see in the trailer like Gamora is kind of like explaining, you know, Thanos' shit or whatever. So it might be they meet up with the Guardians. We know that they know more than the Earthbound heroes. They figure out that he's from Titan. They go to Titan because, again, they're trying to separate the Infinity Stones from him, like you said. And that's where the final battles could be. Speaking of Thor, we know that Thor lost his hammer after Thor Ragnarok. And we know he's going to try to make a new one. And we know that it's actually going to be made with a handle made out of Groot's arm. Or like Groot's going to basically grow, you know, some wood for him to make a handle out of. Yeah, we know Thor's going to this dwarf who's going to be played by Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, who was the original blacksmith who created the original Mjolnir hammer that he had. People are speculating that like Doctor Strange is going to like pull some like time manipulation bullshit and send some of them to different universes, like, because if you don't know, like, the Marvel universe is a multiverse. It's like a bunch of different Earths with different timelines and different things that have happened and occurred in those timelines.
You think we're going to get Breaking Dawn?
Anything's possible at this point. I know that from everything I've read and heard, we're going to be seeing stuff that they've never done. A lot of people have asked for consequences, deaths, and the writers and everyone have promised that, you know, this is going to come through because, one, contracts are up. Like, a lot of these actors, they're not coming back. Like, they don't want to come back. They're like, I've done this for like 10 years. Like, I'm done, you know? Like, so after this, I'm sure a lot of them are going to hang up their capes or shields and it's going to be over with. I do not know how this is going to wrap up. I don't know how Thanos is going to get defeated. Like, it's very different from the comics. Like, let me tell you, like, Thanos has this, like, Stephen King awakening in the comic and is so distracted by his, like, oh, I'm, like, omnipotent, you know, ness, that they're able to get, like, the gauntlet and fuck him up. You know, so I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
What's the number one thing you have to see from this movie?
I'm pretty sure no one talks about this, but Wanda, like, what is her deal? I want to see her do some shit, like wreck some shit, because Wanda's really powerful. I want to see her be able to like actually do something other than just like mope and date robots. We know that she's going to protect Vision against Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive, but I just want to see a moment where she just like is like kind of like snaps, like where she's like kind of crazy. That's what I'm most excited for. Everything else I want to see, I know I'm going to see. I know for a fact Cap's probably going to die. If not this one, the next one. We know he's going to be done after this point. All these other characters, I'm like, I will accept anything that happens to these characters. I'm so invested, I don't care what happens to them. Like, I will cry if they die. I will cry if they don't die. Like, at this point, I'm so invested. But the one thing I want to see is Wanda actually be useful and do something. I'm waiting just to have that moment. Just that one moment where she just fucking flips balls. All in all, I'm hell of excited to see this movie. I think it's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be crazy. It's an investment. Seriously, we've all invested in this. If you've seen all these movies, or even half of them, you've invested time into this, okay? It's going to be worth watching. But yeah, those are my speculations for what's going to happen. Tell me your speculations in the comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think is going to happen. Because, I could be wrong. I'm probably going to be wrong, like, for sure. But it's fun to, like, seriously think about this stuff. So, the weight's killing me, so I just like to speculate. But, yeah, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever. Like the video. I'll see y'all later. T Nation out.